You screwed up. She has a problem with it. She can't get past it. So here's what should have happened. You shouldn't have mentioned that she had smaller breasts in the first 6 months. But I understand you want to be honest. If she laid it, and I've had this, right? Am I perfect? Is there anything about me that you would change? It's a setup. Run, man.
Every time.
Dear Steven, I'm a 26-year-old male, and I've had the same girlfriend for 2.5 years now. She's 22. I wish to marry this girl one day. I have known her since very early on. I'm deeply in love with her. Okay. We communicate very well, and we have very similar values when it comes to morals, politics, and religion. We both enjoy working out, staying active, being fit, healthy, although our interests differ greatly in how we do that. What matters is she cares enough to take care of herself and look good. Well, hold on. That's not what matters primarily, but okay. It's like, we're both Christians, both share the same values, but she's got a great set of dicks.
She ain't never gonna lose them.
I mean,
everyone loses them.
I'm just kidding.
Sic transit gloria. Glory fades. So do breasts. That was Latin. I didn't know the Latin word for breasts.
Well, next time do some research.
So I know glory fades. I have seen your skits and heard you talk about what women think men talk about when it comes to finding them attractive. This has been the only major point of contention between us in our relationship. She thinks that I do not find her attractive. She does not look like the stereotypical American model. This is here. She has small breasts. Now I feel bad about the joke, but not really. And I made a comment towards this the first 6 months in our relationship.
Ooh, okay. It's tough to overcome that, but you can. You can.
First 6 months? Even if it's something that's really bothering you, if you're like, this is the one, except for that, you wait a little bit and, you find a brochure in the mail where it's half off.
Gosh.
You don't just mention the first thing. You just blurt. It's like a Christmas Story, blurting out about the people seeing grizzly bears by Plassy's candy store. Ooh.
Okay. Overcome that. Yeah.
And I made a comment about this in the first 6 months of a relationship. That has manifested and grown into an ugly monster that I would have never envisioned. The comment was something like, and he writes this out as a script. Her, do you like my boobs?
Oh.
Me, yes, I like them a lot. And then in parentheses, many other compliments. Then ... in parentheses, trigger button. Sorry, again, this is the email. Then where I f***ed up, quote, maybe they could be a little bigger.
oh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
This email goes on for a while. And then it says, a monster was born. First off,
You
a
created
positive
a monster.
feedback. You could probably be a writer.
Compelling.
It's developed from a heavy monthly discussion into a weekly fight and now a daily one to the point where she messages me big, long paragraphs and essays about how she is not my ultimate physical preference. Mind you, this is only concerning her boobs. I have spent countless nights staying up till midnight to get nowhere with her.
Just till midnight?
She believes that the only way she's going to feel loved is if she gets constant words of affirmation detailing the specifics of why I love her boobs more than all other boobs.
I don't know that that's possible to say.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, ye have the fairest tits. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Who has the best fun bags of them all? I mean, you have to say all boobs? I mean, even if she were, there's someone out there who we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Kind of like the best basketball player, we don't know.
It's not LeBron.
Did you get really quiet in here? Is everyone more? We were dealing with disabled veterans thinking about suicide. Everyone's uncomfortable now because of a guy who mentioned his.
I feel like this guy.
You're horrible.
2 years ago, this guy set a noose up for himself, and he's just been tightening it ever since.
Okay, I gotta have to finish.
Yeah, it wasn't a good move, not a
I
good
tell her that you are my ultimate physical attraction because I am in love with you. She tries to force me to separate the physical from the emotional, to say that she is not my ultimate preference, and comment about what it is about her boobs that lack attractive qualities. I tell her I don't even know if I like bigger boobs than yours. The ones that I have had past experiences with, I didn't like more than your smaller ones.
Don't bring up past experiences now. She's going to go into a whole other
don't use the adjective smaller.
Yes.
Just say I don't even know. Just say I don't know. I don't have just say here's how that could go right. Like, I love your boobs. I have nothing to compare them. I don't have anything to compare them to. They're the best.
That's all I see.
First off, this is a joke. I don't know if this is real because there are a couple things I'll get into here, and then we'll wrap this up.
Right.
I tell her as she ages, she's going to look stunning because she won't have seconds.
You don't look good now, honey, but later you're going to be aces.
But all she cares about is now. She says that all I will care about in the future is that I was your ultimate physical preference. So I know I've come a long ways about the subject of this email by now, but all this conflict came about when we started having sex. I guess my question is,
well,
Do you think we brought this problem upon ourselves by having sex before marriage? I know at this point it's probably in something that it keeps on going on. Okay. First off, Gerald, I have a bunch of opinions here. What's your read?
So I think there's a number of things that you can kind of run through here. First off, yes, I think having sex before marriage does something that it shouldn't do to you, right? It focuses you on a physical part of the relationship that you don't need to be focusing on before you've developed all the other parts of your relationship together. And I think that's one of the biggest
Or in her
reasons
case, don't.
to wait. Yeah. But here's the thing, too. Both of you guys are spending way too much time focusing on as I'm trying to be serious over here.
I'm sorry.
Jerks. So, look, I think as you... I want to kill Steven so many times during the day.
Okay.
So, no, look, I'm not a boob guy. And I think...
That's not a moral argument.
No. I'm going somewhere with this.
All right.
I'm not a boob guy, but if I were a boob guy, I wouldn't judge a girl based on her breasts. That's not what you should judge somebody on, because no matter what you have as your thing, that's going to change.
Okay,
as people,
got it. Anything else?
Age. Right.
Well, don't judge someone on their physical appearance. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, but he's not. He's obviously he is.
No,
judging.
he isn't. That's what here's the thing. Okay, first off, you screwed up. Okay, you screwed up by saying. First off, if it was not a problem for you, don't bring it up. Right? If you're just pointing out that she has small breasts, you're just being an ass. So I think that this was a dumb comment to make. I agree with Gerald.
Yeah.
Particularly as you said, you've had experience with other breasts. I think that if you're having a lot of sexual relationships before you get married, listen, think of two pieces of tape, right? This is the analogy I've had. They're sticky, and then you rip them apart, right? You have each person you're having sex with, you keep ripping it apart, it's that salt, and then all of a sudden the tape's no longer sticky, right? It's not necessarily a good thing. People think, I test drive all the cars. We talked about this earlier about orgasms, about people who wait until married. They have far more fulfilling sex lives. They have sex more on average. Listen, these are statistical realities. I can make the argument to wait until you're married. Just don't have sex before you're married, so you don't get some kind of disease and emaciate like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. But the truth is, there are a lot of reasons why it's beneficial. As far as this, I will say, you made a mistake. Okay, you repeated the mistake when you talked about her smaller, comparing other breasts to her smaller ones. That being said, she also sounds like a psycho. I would imagine that both of you are very vain.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that you would make this comment because you're a very vain person, and she picks up on the fact that you're a very vain person, and so it really bothers her. She thinks you'll never be happy because of your vanity, and she feels as though she's not perfect. My guess is that's what's happening right now. There's some kind of triple levels deep of projection going on, because it's not, especially like you said, if she's attractive, if you love her, if you find her attractive, listen, nobody's perfect.
No.
Okay, and you need to be able to get past this. So it sounds to me like this is not a relationship that's going to be conducive toward a long-term one. Imagine getting married to this and this is still constantly coming up. You screwed up. She has a problem with it. She can't get past it. So here's what should have happened. You shouldn't have mentioned that she had smaller breasts in the first 6 months. But I understand you want to be honest. If she laid it, and I've had this, right? Am I perfect? Is there anything about me that you would change? It's a setup. Run, man.
Every time.
Here's what I always tell people. Your husband wants to see you naked. You're probably not perfect. Everyone here, of everyone that we are married to or engaged to, there's probably something that we would change about you physically if we had a Photoshop, right? And just hit shift this a little bit, okay? Right? Scale it. Maybe don't hit shift. Maybe you're into the whole kind of Tim Burton vibe. I have no idea. But the point is, every single one of us here would have something we would change physically. Anyone who says that is not the case is lying, because you're not perfect. Just like I know I'm not perfect. Right? Just like all of us know we're not perfect. You think that all your women think that you're perfect?
No.
You're not Reg Park, okay?
Nice.
He's on my list of exceptions.
Oh my gosh.
That being said, she can't seem to get past it. I think it's because she's picking up on your vanity. There's some level of that, but either way, she does have to get past it.
Yeah.
If you want to get married, you're gonna at some point you're gonna have to say this is either going to be a sticking point for the rest of our lives, or you're just gonna have to get past it because I love you, I want to see you naked, I'm attracted to you. Period. Okay? You're not gonna, I don't want you writing on a chalkboard 50 times that her boobs are better than all other boobs. Because you know what? Let me give you an
That's where you're going to end up, kid.
Because if you can't handle this, guess what? You're going to be tried by someone else, by external factors. Let me give you a prime example. My wife is gorgeous. My wife has appeared every now and then in videos, and sometimes by accident. And I've had people in the comments and go, oh yeah, she's pretty, but she could use bigger tits. Those people, guess what?
Wow.
My wife goes like, yeah, I got small boobs. I love them. I have no problem with it. Here's the thing, I'm not a giant boob guy. Some people are. It doesn't matter. I love my wife's not perfect. I'm not perfect. My wife has some physical scars. So do I. I want to see her naked. She wants to see me naked. We want to have sex with each other. We love each other. That's really what matters, right? If my wife, if my wife at one point would say like, oh, you know, you got one ball it looks different from the other. One looks like it sits like a vertical Cadbury egg, and one looks like it's horizontal. I'd go, I guess I never thought of it. Shall we continue with our prior? I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Now, if it were something that, for example, she were nitpicking about, saying like, "Oh, you know what? You really need to change your balls. You know, whatever it is. I have no idea.
Sure,
like,
you even have the power to do that.
You really need to get your biceps bigger.
Right.
I need bigger biceps. Oh, you really need to fix the gray in your hair. Right. It was something that she kept, and I was like, for example, my wife at one point said, you know, you might want to look younger since you kind of have grays pretty young. And I said, you know what? No, I'm just going to go with it. And this is just how it's going to be. And I hope you. And she said, okay.
Yeah.
Now she likes the gray hair. That's fine.
See? It works out.
No one's perfect. But if you cannot get past this, you're not going to get past the kind of crap that other people will throw your way.
Yeah. And it's been 2 years of this.
One.
2 years of this, by the way. That's a long time not to be able to get over it to some degree, right?
So, this is insane.
That's a long time.
You think at some point they would be able to like discuss it and
work
it out?
That's
Like
what
2
makes me
years
think
though.
if he's been nitpicking. Like, let me ask you this: are you getting into fights? Right? Are you getting into fights and every now and then throwing in like a jab or something like that? Like, well, no, I'm just mad because I'm hungry because dinner was so small. Like your tits. Oh, what? You know, because we know how to damage each other when you
shoehorn
get
that
mad.
one in there, didn't you?
I mean, my point is, you know, I'm wondering if you've brought it up or alluded to it in several other ways. Like, is this the only time you ever brought it up? Was she said, "Am I?" And you said, well, maybe your boobs could be a little bit bigger, which is stupid. But have you brought it up again since?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Because either you have, which again is stupid many times over, or, and by the way, it could be or, she sounds like she has real she has real self-esteem issues that probably need to be worked out before you. This goes back to the same kind of major point. When we're talking about marriage, don't marry a project. And don't improve yourself only for the other person. It's good when you get married, you'll find yourself improving in ways that you didn't necessarily anticipate because of the other person showing you your blind spots, and that's a good thing. But your spouse shouldn't be the reason you clean up your room. Your spouse shouldn't be the reason you take care of your health. Your spouse shouldn't be the reason that you do a daily devotional and keep your spiritual health in line. Your spouse should not be the reason that you are driven and want to be successful in business. Your spouse shouldn't be the reason that you want to be a loyal, good friend and a stand-up guy who people can rely on. It shouldn't be your spouse. You have to get this in order before you get married to somebody. Because if someone else on the opposite sex had all of the problems I just listed, would you want to marry them? And then if your answer to that is yes, that's because you probably have self-esteem issues. And you're looking for someone who's down here so you can feel as though you're above them. You want to marry somebody. First, if we talk about being equally yoked, right? But that being said, nobody is perfectly equally yoked. That being said, if there's gonna be a discrepancy, you want to try and marry up. You want to try and marry someone who's going to make you better than you are. Someone who's not someone for whom you'll improve. It's like, I'm a complete loser, but I'll improve for her. But someone who will show you ways to improve that are more productive. Someone who will be of assistance to improving and becoming a better person. That's who you want to marry. This is a miracle because you're both managing to drag the other person down. Like usually there's one person like, no, come on down here. It's like, no, be successful. No, you get back down here. Somehow it's like she's dragging you down, and then you're climbing above her, but then you're like, small tits, and then she's dragging you back down. You just can't get past the mistakes.
Be the kind of person that you would want to marry.
And by the way, to women out there watching, this is not indicative of most men.
No.
You may have small breasts, you may have a large butt, you may have a flat butt, you may not have the perfect set of all the parts. You know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, particularly if you are already married to a man, right? He doesn't sign on the dotted line at that point if he's like, well, everything else checks out except it's really gross to see her naked.
Yeah.
It's silly. We don't expect it to be perfect.
No.
But absolutely. I don't know what's going on here. So hopefully that advice helps. Listen, man, get smarter, learn how to deal with women better, and I would also maybe have her send in a message to send her side of the story because it sounds like she's got some issues she has to resolve.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything else you want to say?
No, man.
No.
You covered it all.
You were just offering the generic PBS. Don't judge someone by their appearance.
Well, I was trying. You interrupted a few times.
Well, go ahead, finish it. What did you have? You had gold there that you were spinning there,
No,
Mr.
you covered all the
Rumpelstiltskin?
points, dadgummit.
Wait, it wasn't Rumpelstiltskin spinning gold. It was a woman who spinned gold for Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah,
There was a needle that made her sleep, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, Rumpelstiltskin was a dick. Bet you he told his wife that she had small breasts. Hey there, YouTube viewer. If you like this video, watch another one of our videos or subscribe, hit the notification bell. Those don't really mean anything anymore today in YouTube. I would say hit a like with a thumbs up, but that might be gone, or comment below, but that most likely will be censored. So bookmark the page. Of course, if you're using Google Chrome, they'll find a way to fuck with your bookmark. So just join up at louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub. That's louderwithcrowder.com/mugclub. You get a hand-etched mug, and you get access to the full daily 1-hour show, and you're not beholden to Susan Wojcicki /Clint Howard.